Now, this time last week, I caught up with Cumberland City Councillor Steve Christou after his motion to ban same-sex parenting books in that council's libraries in Western Sydney's passed 6 votes to 5. The council copped a fair bit of backlash. We had a bit of a backlash. We had a fiery debate about it on the program last week, and the New South Wales Premier threatened to withdraw funding. Well, last night, the council reversed the ban after a marathon 4 hours of debate, with police forced to separate protesters outside.
Stand together, we fight! We demand our equal rights! We demand our equal rights! From our kids together, we fight! Stay away from our kids! We demand our equal rights! Stay away from our kids!
The way you get the Palestinian scarf there as well seems to be mandatory for any protest now, but it was pretty fiery inside too.
The implication of this book ban and what it says to those 2,500 people is that you're not welcome in this electorate. You're not welcome in these suburbs, and you don't deserve to exist in public life just as anyone else does in this council. And the implication of that is that children will f***ing kill themselves because of you.
Miss.
So the Cumberland City Councillor Steve Christou joins me again. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Are you happy with this outcome? The book remains in the library. It goes into an adult non-fiction section away from the kids. Are you happy with that outcome?
Chris, thank you, but I'll state the book is not going in an adult non-fiction section. What they actually voted for last night, I didn't vote for it, and my other colleague, Eddie Sarkis, didn't vote for it, was to put the book back in the junior non-fiction section where kids can access it. Essentially, it's been moved from the 2-year-old section to the 6 to 12-year-old section.
So you obviously are opposed to that. You voted against it. Are you going to let the matter rest now, or are you going to continue to try and ban this book and presumably others?
No, Chris, I'll make it clear. The debate last night went on for 4 hours, and it wasn't about banning the book, where everybody had moved past that. It was about where the book will go in the library. Now, I advocated very strongly that it should go in the adult section. So did other councillors to begin with. Unfortunately, as the night drew long and amendments got watered down, it became an issue where it just goes into the 6 to 12-year-old section, and I voted against that. I'm definitely against any kind of books that take away from children's, children's innocence and well-being. They shouldn't be asking questions at such a young age. And look, as I said to everybody that's been contacting me today, and there's been like hundreds of people, just you get your chance to have another go at this at the election. There's no point bringing it back to council. Council sat on this twice. They've made a democratic decision on 2 different occasions. You might not agree with a lot of what the councillors did, and some councillors that initially voted to ban the book and others that have now backtracked, but come September, you get your chance to have a say. Yeah,
I think it's very problematic, of course, to ban books unless there's obscenity in them or violence or the like, but I understand your arguments here. But the point is that when you go to the election, sure, councils will say where they've stood on this issue, but presumably if you're going to go to an election saying that you voted to get rid of the book, then you would be undertaking to get rid of it the next time you're re-elected.
No, Chris, I want to make this very clear. This had nothing to do about going to an election or turning it into an election issue, because I have a long history over 7.5 years on standing up on tough issues and actually being a voice for our local community and being a proper elected representative and putting views forward, even if they're not popular views, but at least I have the backbone to stand up for my community and put across their views. They were ostracised through all this. We had protesters come in from outside of the area, to be quite honest, and they were abusing people of faith. We had religious leaders present, both Christian and Islamic religious leaders, and for them to hear chants of F your God and whatnot was very, very disrespectful.
All right, Steve, thanks so much for fronting up again. I appreciate it.